Mike Braun accuses the state Senate of hiding behind closed doors on redistricting. Braun and President Donald Trump are now both ramping up pressure on the state Senate. News 8's government reporter Garrett Berquist is here now to show us how quickly the campaign is escalating. Garrett.
Both Braun and President Donald Trump are demanding the Senate reverse course. One Republican state senator has already faced a swatting incident.
Senate President pro tempore Rod Braun is still not answering questions about calling off the session or the swatting incident. He walked away from reporters after Monday's annual Indiana Chamber of Commerce legislative preview. Governor Mike Braun said on social media Monday morning he talked to President Trump. He says he's still committed to redrawing Indiana's congressional maps ahead of next year's midterms. Braun says the Indiana State Senate is hiding behind closed doors and refusing to even bring redistricting to a vote. Hoosiers deserve to know where their legislators stand and expect them to show up for work, not walk out and hide in the dark.
We show up for work. What's being asked of us was unprecedented, and folks took several long months to listen to their constituents, and again and again and again. Hoosiers made their voices very loud and very clear. They do not want their congressional maps redrawn.
The post comes a day after a swatting incident targeting Republican State Senator Greg Goode. Goode has not publicly said where he stands on redrawing the maps. He held a town hall on the matter in Terre Haute at the beginning of the month. Goode says of the swatting issue, while this entire incident is unfortunate and reflective of our current political environment, I give thanks to God that my family and I are okay. Braun posted just before noon, targeting elected officials and their families in their homes or private lives has no place in Indiana, and the Indiana State Police are working closely with state and federal authorities to bring the criminals behind the attack on Senator Goode to justice. I'm grateful Senator Goode and his family are safe.
I am always concerned about my colleagues. I'm always concerned about their families, and it does seem that the rhetoric and the heat is increased, and so very concerned always. And so we'll come together tomorrow. I know that every person in that legislature wants to do right by their constituents.
Legislative leaders did not address redistricting at all at Monday's event. Braun did indicate he still does not plan to start the Senate early. That was in response to a question about realigning state tax policy with new federal law.
We don't typically come in the special session for that. We do it early in January. We understand we have to do it relatively quickly. So we'll do that. It's our anticipation, as I've said last week, that we're going to come in January the 5th.
The legislature will meet on Tuesday afternoon for Organization Day. That's the ceremonial start of session. We'll watch for what House and Senate leaders say about their plans for session, especially any further mention of redistricting. Once again, I asked multiple Republican state senators, including Goode, for their reaction to those comments from Braun. Once again, none of them agreed to an interview. I'm Garrett Berquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.